Hey everyone, Grayson the Bard here, and welcome back for day 54 of the hunt today, and we are playing Monster Hunter Frontier, baby. It still feels weird to say that, even though the public private servers have been up for like a couple of years at this point, I think like 2 or 3. I remember back when I wasn't playing the series, because I started with Monster Hunter Freedom, and then I took a break until Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, but I remember in like middle school and high school, seeing clips on like very early YouTube for this game and being like, oh man, this looks absolutely insane. Shame I'll never get to play it. And for the first video of Frontier, I wanted to show off the monster that really made me go, I get it, like that Danny DeVito from It's Always Sunny meme. And that monster is Tycoon Zamuza. In the video where I fought Stonefist Hermitower, I talked about how much I love the Carapacian crab monsters. They are such a cool and relatively underutilized skeleton in the Monster Hunter series. So the fact that one of the first monsters you fight in Frontier is a big rocky crab with like a hermit crab kind of shell, you'll see in a little bit, I was in love. So Tycoon Zamuza is a big crab that is kind of the proto-Shara Ishvalda in a way. The fight starts off with him covered in dirt and mud and rocks, and you have to break through that shell in order to get to his shell. And he starts off really slow and lumbering, but as you knock off that mud and like caked on dirt, he gets a lot faster and more aggressive, leaving you with smaller and smaller openings to get in and do damage. As you knock off the mud and rock too, it kicks up dirt all around the arena, making it harder to see where the Tycoon Zamuza actually is, adding another fun layer of hectic to the early stage of this fight. And I'm actually going to do something that I don't frequently do, and I'm going to split up my ramble a little bit for reasons that will become abundantly clear shortly. So see ya in a second. Yes, upon breaking enough of his mud armor, we enter Phase 2, where he bludgeons the bottom of the arena and sends you further down into the cave. And for a very early game fight, that is such a cool idea and a cool transition. From here on out, you can say the real fight begins, and he is still fast, aggressive, and takes a lot to take down. And it shows off his new cool undercoat. Like I said, he has kind of like a hermit crabby looking silhouette to him, with that one like scythe looking claw and then like a big bludgeoning looking claw, and a really nice like vibrant orange. I think like the more I fight monsters that have orange in their color palette, the more I realize I think I like orange. I think it's a good look. Oh, this fight is so cool. And from here, you can actually start to break parts on him, which leads into cooler things down the road, but that I'm not going to spoil. What I will talk about now is how much I want this crab to come back in Monster Hunter Wilds. If any Frontier monster makes it in, I want it to be Tycoon Zamuza. I want to run around this thing on a sacred. I want to, like, see the beautiful HD particle effects of knocking the mud off of this crab. I want it to, like, smash down into the desert and dig deeper into like a cave system that you can only fight it in or something like that. And I just really want to experience this fight in all its glory in the Wilds mechanics. Oh man, the new hunting horn with this fight would be absolutely stellar. So I am hoping with everything in me that we see him again in Wilds. And I think he has a good shot with Espinas being back in Sunbreak. They open the floodgates for Frontier monsters to return, so I will say, like, I think a high 6 or 7 out of 10 for him to come back in Wilds, and I think they would be absolute fools to not bring him back in a later game, so 10 out of 10 for sure. I'm going to wrap up this part of the ramble here, but once you break enough of Tycoon Zamuza's parts, something special happens. So stick around, and I'll be back shortly. Phase 3 of 3-stage early game monster. Frontier goes off the rails, and I can't wait for y'all to see how much weirder it gets. But yes, when you break all of Tycoon Zama's parts, he goes for another stage break to enter the final phase of his fight, and in the process shatters his own crustacean shell, revealing the soft electro crab jelly in the center of this crunchy donut. Now, oh, he looks cool in the Monster Hunter DOS PlayStation 2 graphics. I can only imagine how awesome he would look in the, like, RE Engine Monster Hunter Wilds graphics settings. Here is where the fight gets nuts. He's even faster, has electricity added to his attacks, and does some really cool burrowing moves, where he'll go into the walls and shoot back out at you like a drill. It is so sweet, and I really wish this phase was longer. Depending on your weapons and gear and if you're actually breaking parts or not, you can actually kill Tycoon Zamaza before he even gets to this point. I had to do this fight a couple times before I got to phase 3, and because of that, you can enter the third phase when he has only like a couple hits left. So I am definitely going to be coming back to this fight to try and get here earlier so I can experience more of this, but oh man, it is so cool. The glowing blue, the like double scythe claws, it is such a neat aesthetic, and it is more unique than anything like I can think of in mainline Monster Hunter that they have done with any of the Carapacians, any of the crabs. And this alone is why he needs to come back in Wilds. That's it for me for today. Enjoy the rest of the fight. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. Don't if you don't, and until next time, I'll see you next time.